Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Robot. How are you?
I'm not in a good condition recently. Some parts of my body remolded when pressure are applied.
Oh, I see. That must be due to increase in temperature of your body, which heats some components and allow them to change shape when being pressured.
Could you explain more about that?
Sure.
What is Thermoset? Thermoset is a liquid material at room temperature which hardens irreversibly upon heating or chemical addition. When it is placed in a mold and heated, the thermoset solidifies into the specific shape. This solidification process includes the formation of certain bonds, called crosslinks, that hold the molecule in place and change the basic nature of the material, preventing it from melting. What is thermoplastics? Thermoplastic is a resin that is solid at room temperature but becomes plastic and soft upon heating, flowing due to crystal melting or by virtue of crossing the glass transition temperature. Thermoplastics take the shape of the mold within which they are poured as melt and cooled to solidify into the desired shape.
So, for the properties of thermoplastics, it is a linear polymer, weak molecular bond in the straight chain formation. The melting point lower than the degradation temperature. It is flexible and elastic, height resistant to impact 10 times more than thermosets. The strengths come from crystallinity. It can be recyclable and reusable by the application of heat or pressure. And it also can dissolve in organic solvent. For the thermoset properties, it's a network polymer, high level of cross-linking with strong chemical molecular bonds. The melting point is higher than the degradation temperature. It is elastic and brittle, strong and rigid. Strengths come from the cross-linking. It's not recyclable, and for the rest, it's not dissolved in organic solvent.
What are the mechanisms involved in the reaction, Doctor?
So, these are how they work.
The mechanism to form a thermoplastic will include extrusion molding, injection molding, thermoforming, and also the vacuum forming. Firstly, we will have to mold the granular material into a shape, and then it will be heated at a very high temperatures until it melts. And then it is cooled by cold water and also cold air, and it will turn into a thermoplastic plastic film. For the mechanism to form a thermoset, it will include the curing process and also the laminating process. The curing process will make the resins form their liquid form, and then the curing agents, inhibitors, hardeners, or plasticizers will be added into the resin. For laminating process, the reinforcement substrate is dipped into the resin binder in its liquid form, and then the sheets of the material will then pass through an oven to partially cure them. The sheets will then pile together and heat press to form a laminate.
Other than in my body, what are other products that are made by thermosets and thermoplastics?
Oh, there are many more.
Amazing.
There are different types of thermoplastics that are used in our daily life. For example, we have polyamide, which is also known as nylon. It is tough and relatively hard material used for power tool casings, curtain rails, bearings, gear components, and clothes. We also have polyvinyl chloride, which is PVC. It is tough and durable material that is commonly used for pipes, flooring, cabinets, toys, and general household and industrial fittings. Polystyrene, which is a waterproof material used mainly for rigid packaging, is also another type of thermoplastics. Meanwhile, thermosetting polymers are used to make epoxy resin. It is a hard material that is brittle without extra reinforcement. We use epoxy resin for adhesives and bonding of materials. Next, there are also urea formaldehyde. It is a hard, stiff, strong, and brittle, used primarily in electrical devices due to its good electrical insulation properties. Last but not least, polyurethane It is hard, strong and durable material that are used in paint, insulating foam, shoes, car parts, adhesives and sealants.
I gained a lot of new knowledge today.
Make sure next time you don't overwork and always get enough rest. If you have any problems, you can come here anytime.
Thank you, doctor. See you next time.
You're welcome.
Did you know that more than 2,000 police officers have been saved through the use of body armor? Yes, it is made from plastic material. Did you know that the word plastic came from plastikos, the Greek word which means to be shaped or molded by heat? Did you know that COVID-19 has worsened the ocean with plastic pollution problem? Since mask is quite compulsory to everyone, the practical problem with glove and mask finding their way into our rivers and ocean is that they can be easily mistaken for jellyfish, which is a favorite food of a sea turtle.